Hello everyone, it's video day. This week we're going to cover something that's like nearly 2 weeks old now. However, it's still important to talk about because of the way the bigger YouTuber in this situation actually handled it. Now, for those that aren't aware, on YouTube there's a huge community called the Mukbang community. Now, there's huge issues within the Mukbang community at all, in general, especially when it comes to a certain person, but that's not who we're talking about. We are talking about the issues surrounding Trisha Paytas and Nikocado Avacordo. Now, Nikocado was vegan, he no longer is. He was living in Colombia, he's back in the US. And while he was living in Colombia, not long after he stopped being vegan, he did a cover for one of Trisha's songs called Warrior. And he did it on the violin. And as a result, she left messages on his video, and I think she tweeted him as well, saying, "Oh, I really liked your cover, it was really good, it really resonated with me, you're extremely good, blah blah blah," that sort of thing. And then, as time went on, they started DMing. Now, this is where the way Trisha handled it is pretty bad. So she DM'd it, they DM'd each other, and they started the planning of a collab where she would fly to the US, which he had to do on a regular basis because of his visa, because he wasn't married at that point. So he'd have to fly back to the US to fly back to Colombia. Some visa thing. So he had to fly back, and he said, "Well, while I'm at it, why don't I fly to LA? Excuse you. Why don't we do a collab on the Tuesday? We can either do one big video on one of our channels, or one big video and split it up into two, one on each channel, or do one video one day and then another video the next day." And they were talking about it, and then he said, "Right, I'm booking my plane ticket." And then she stopped communicating. Then, as time went on, when he got to the US, he's like, "I'm here, this is my hotel, what time do you want to meet?" Nothing. Are we still on? Nothing. And then he started saying, "Have I done something wrong? Have I done something to upset you?" Nothing. She didn't respond. And then, in the couple of years since that's happened, because this has happened like 2 years ago, she has sort of been bashing him by saying, this other YouTuber thought we were going to collab, but it never happened. We never even talked about it. And she'd do little sly digs here and there. She'd said she didn't know who he was, but then she'd be on the Vegan Cheaters website, on his YouNows or on his channels, saying, "Oh, I like the Nikocado Avacordo videos." And it's like, yeah, but if you don't know who he is, why do you like the videos that Charles is doing on them? Especially when Charles is very well known for being vitriolic. Very vitriolic. And she's like, she did call people out for calling him fat. I will admit that she did call people out for calling him fat, because since he's gone back to eating meat, he has put weight on. But I think a lot of that is because he's doing a lot of carbs, because he does a lot of noodles. So, and noodles are pretty much just carb. So, and he's probably something like 8 to 10,000 calories a day. And he kept silent. He just kept silent. No matter how many times people asked him about it, no matter how many times people said, "What happened with you and Trisha?" And he's like, "Nope, I'm not saying anything. Nope, not doing it. I'm not even going to dignify it." And then he has, a couple of weeks ago, he was like, "Right, done." Because she said, I think she said in one of her videos that he had DM'd him and he was a bit stalkerish. But he actually, I'll show you an example. I'm not doing this so I can show off my new phone. So, when you go onto Twitter and you go into your DMs, right? So, I'll use one person that's, you know, not somebody that a lot of people in my community, I think one might, because she has the same condition. Right, on my Twitter, this is my Twitter inbox, right? There is Emily Fisher there, right? There we go. And you click on that, and there's the message I sent her. And then you can click on her name, on her circle, and that will take you to her profile. Now, I used her as an example because she's a fellow EDSer, and she has it really bad. So that sort of links directly to the account. So he actually showed them. He actually showed the actual messages, the unedited version of the messages, on his video, and then he went through each message and said, "Look, this is what she showed you, where all her replies have been deleted." Whereas he showed you where the replies actually were. I'll actually link his videos because they are very, very in-depth. That's the thing with Nick. When it comes to the table with something, he brings facts. He brings proof. He doesn't just say, "Oh, you know, this guy was messaging me, I never messaged him back, never organised something," and then finds out that that's not necessarily true. Now, the reason why I have an issue with the way that Trisha handled this is as below. First off, she said that it was stalkerish, and then she edited her version, her side of the conversation, making him look like he was a crazy stalker. Then when it came out, when he showed the actual real messages, she didn't like that because she got caught. So she's like, "Well, I didn't respond back to him because he was creepy." I'm sorry, but Nikocado is nothing but a big fluffy teddy bear. It's like, yeah, when he has something to say, he will say it, and he will usually have something to back himself up with. He doesn't just say things like Trisha does just for the sheer hell of saying it, and the sheer hell of being... Trisha's very much shock orientated, and she does it with a lot of things. She does it on her Twitter. I've seen more of that woman's body than I care to, thank you very much. I don't like her in general, and I have my reasons, and that's that. And this just cemented my dislike for her. And then what happened is when Nick showed the proof and backed himself up, she was then like, "Oh, he's creepy." And then it's like, "Well, why do you..." "Yeah, but there's nothing to stop you from just messaging me saying, 'I'm sorry, I just don't feel comfortable doing the collab anymore. I'm really sorry. If you put tickets, I really apologise. I'm sorry. There is nothing stopping her from doing that anyway. Nothing. There's nothing stopping her from saying that to him. Nothing. And then he's like, "Yeah, but if that was true, why have you done nothing but talk about me? Why have you done nothing but make sly digs at me? Why have you done nothing but make it sound like I'm the bad person in this situation, not you?" And then she's like, then she played this is one thing that really pees me off. She played the mental health card. She's like, "Oh, my anxiety and depression is really strong right now." And Nick actually said a week before she pulled that card that she was going to do it because she was getting hate for it and she was getting aggro for it, because it's like, you ghosted somebody because you felt uncomfortable, but you're willing to tell people online that you feel uncomfortable all the time. So why can't you just DM the guy and say, "Sorry, don't really want to do the collab, I'm not feeling very comfortable at the moment"? It's not like it's, you know, somebody who is known for being creepy or known for having the presence and the aura where you cringe. He's not known for that. He's known for being a big fluffy teddy bear. End of. But the fact that she pulled the mental health card has a lot of people pissed off, including me. I have mental illness. I have severe depression. I have depression caused by several things, one of which is my condition, one of which is genetics, and the other one I'm not going to get into. So for somebody to then say, just because they're getting hate online, that they've caused themselves by lying, but because Trisha thought because she's got the bigger audience and she's got the, she's got the numbers behind her, that she would win out on this, when I think in actual fact Nuke won out because people sat back and thought, this bitch lied for no fucking reason. She could have just said from the get-go, we were in talks of doing a collab. We were in talks of having a conversation, doing a collab, and, discussing dates and times, and he booked his flights, and then I felt uncomfortable. And I should have messaged him, but I didn't. That would have basically nipped this whole entire thing in the butt ages ago. But because she didn't do that, and because she lied, and because she edited her proof, it just made her look even worse. And then when everybody is calling her out on it, which everybody has the right to do so, because she is a public figure, for her to then pull the mental illness card, it's like, yeah, you might have anxiety, you might have depression, and yes, when you are getting called out for stuff, it doesn't help it doesn't help those issues. However, if that's the case, then you publicly apologise to the guy, and then you go offline for a while. That's what a lot of people do. But Trisha's one of these people. She does everything on social media. She even sits on her bathroom floor and strikes because of a guy. Now, I've never sat on a bathroom floor and scriked because of a guy. I've curled up in bed and scraped because of a guy, but not on my bathroom floor. It's one of the most uncomfortable parts of the house. And she's one of these people that she will play the victim just for the sheer hell of it. She will play the victim because she wants to. She will play the victim because she is the victim. She's the one that's been victimised. And she's the one that people are having a go at. It's like people are having a go at you because you ghosted a guy. You didn't give him a reason when he booked his flight, booked a hotel room, and flew to LA to see you with a suitcase full of things for you. The guy was doing nothing but bending over backwards for you. The guy did nothing wrong in this situation. You did. And she just doesn't seem to understand that. She really doesn't seem to understand that she's the one that's in the wrong. But no, she's the victim, so she, you can only play the victim for so long. You can only play the victim in a situation like this if you have done, you are a victim if you haven't done anything wrong, and if you were, say, in Nick's position and somebody edited conversations, somebody told lies, didn't reveal the whole truth, then yeah, you would have a reason to be hurt, you would have a reason to be upset. However, she has no reason to be upset because she's the one that edited the conversations. She's the one that doctored her proof. She's the one that lied. She's the one that said, I never DM'd the guy. Yeah, you did. She's the one that ghosted the guy. And then for her to use... I'm not well... My mental illness is acting up. When she does this every single time she gets called out on something. Every single time. And like I said, even Nick pointed out before it happened that she was going to pull that card. And she did. Like that. As if on cue. I will leave Nick's videos up in the iCard. I am actually on Nick's side. Like I said, Trisha's not one of my favourite people. At all. In the slightest. And I don't think she ever will be. But yeah. That being said, actual fact, damn. Give me 1 second. I want to show you something I got. One of my friends does Twitch. Because you'll actually catch me on her stream a couple of times a week. And she's awesome. She's wonderful. And she's terrific. And I know her because we used to work together. My last big job that I did, we worked together there. That's how we know each other. So this, I've got it in a bigger size than we need. A, because it's the UK and it's cold. And B, so that we can both wear it. And this is one of her merch items. And she drew it herself. And it's called Team Zombie Fondler. So yeah. She's awesome. Her link's down in the description. My Twitch link's also in the description. I've started streaming twice a week. Playing Sims at the minute, I think I'm playing. But yeah, a couple of times a week I'll be on my friend's Twitch. She usually plays Sims for a bit, and then after that she'll go on to a multiplayer. Like last night was family night, so we just played golf. Then we played Quiplash, and then we played marbles. And then we've got other games like The Forest, 7 Days to Die, GTA, and a few others. So it was that fun. But yeah, she's got a thing. I've got a merch store, but it's mainly for charity stuff, charity designs. So, and I'm not expecting to sell any, but they're just there just in case anybody does, and then all the profits will go to charity. So, but yeah, there's a lot going on my Twitch over the next couple of months. So I do want to get affiliate, and I'm almost there on most points. I'm just and I'm 20% there on the followers, so I'll get there. Anyway, that was just a shameless plug-in for my Twitch and my friend's Twitch. So if you ever want to catch me on a night where I'm not doing anything to do with YouTube, and I'm having a de-stress from everything, YouTube and everything else, you'll find me over there. It's the same username that it is here, so you'll find me over there quite easily. But yeah, that's fun. So stay safe, be good, have fun, and I will see you probably next week. My mummy's coming over, but not for another 4 weeks yet. Well, it's about 4 weeks. Shit, I'll ring her tomorrow. Yeah, I'll ring her tomorrow. So that's going on in like I said, in about 4 weeks. But I won't even be on Twitch when she's over, because when we're on Twitch we don't usually finish till about 4. So that's not going to be very good for me while my mum's over. But yeah. So it's fun, it's good, and it's also a way for me to de-stress from YouTube. It's a way for me to de-stress from everything else. I usually stream for an hour, but I do a lot of fidgeting. My rig is going to change over the weekend, because we're getting something that's called, because most of you know I'm disabled, so we're getting something that's called overbed desk that goes like that, which is ideal because we have the bedposts at the bottom are quite low. So, and when we're not using it, it can literally just go to the over the bedding box, and I can store on the actual thing my laptop and everything, and a spare screen from the study, so that I've got 2 things to watch. You know, I've got 2 things that I can be paying attention to, because at the minute I'm just limited to 1 screen. So I'm going to edit this video, get it up for you guys. Like I say, I'm not going to put the evidence in this video, because I'm going to link Nick's videos up in the iCard. And I would recommend you checking out some of the, I think Nick does put a lot of these in, lots of the tweets that are surrounding this. And I don't even think Shane could fix this. Not with the amount of times Trisha's done shit like this. So, stay safe, be good, have fun, and I'll see you next week.